Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Curse of Oak Island. Team finds a coin on Lot 5 and a massive cavity at the Money Pit. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, the Fellowship got to work on Lot 5 and immediately started finding artifacts, including an ancient coin. And at the Money Pit, the team was perplexed by a massive unnatural-looking cavity at 150 feet below the surface. There were a lot of different things happening on last night's episode as the guys constantly investigated new avenues of exploration. The main focus and expense for this season was supposed to be the exploration of the garden shaft. But with that project bogged down in government bureaucracy, the Lagina brothers needed to determine what else they could afford to do to keep things moving. The biggest point of news this week was the acquisition of Lot 5, a 4-acre area on the north side of the island that previously belonged to treasure hunter Robert Young. Over the years, Young discovered numerous artifacts, including old coins and buttons, but the area had remained frustratingly out of reach to the Fellowship. Now, Rick Lagina compared his excitement to getting the keys to the family car at 16 years old. Gary Drayton wasted no time in hunting for treasure on Oak Island's Lot 5. Gary Drayton was itching to get out to Lot 5 to begin the hunt, and his metal detector started pinging almost immediately. Gary, aided by Rick and Laird Niven, soon pulled 2 old tools, perhaps chisels, out of the ground. Lot 5 has never been inhabited, and no buildings are known ever to have existed there, so the discovery of any human tools will always lead to questions about what happened in the area in the past. However, the real excitement came later when Gary unearthed part of a coin. He determined it to be an old handcrafted coin, and speculated that it had been cut in half because that was how change was given in the past. Gary was also hopeful it was made of silver. Back at the interpretative center, the coin was placed in the XRF machine to determine its chemical makeup. Unfortunately, it was not silver. It was a copper coin made with arsenical bronze, which is interesting because arsenical bronze was largely phased out in the 16th century. It may not be Bravo Tango, the guy's code for buried treasure, but it's certainly very interesting. The coin is made from the same material as the barter token discovered a few weeks ago on the nearby Lot 7. This means 2 objects, both at least 500 years old, were discovered in close proximity to each other. Team investigates mysterious underground cavity in the Money Pit area. Another interesting area on last night's show was the massive cavity at the bottom of the L15 borehole in the Money Pit area. In the last couple of weeks, the guys discovered a huge cavity/void at approximately 150 feet, along with what appeared to be an opening to a possible tunnel or chamber. This week, the team sent down a sonar detector in an attempt to map the area. They discovered that the cavity is linear in shape and is at least 30 feet long. It lies just above the bedrock in limestone, and the guys can't think of how it could have occurred naturally. The team was also intrigued to learn that the cavity lies at the same depth as the infamous chapel vault. This is something that will need to be investigated further. Unfortunately, the guys have neither the time nor the money for a full-scale dig of the area this season. But it's definitely a case of watch this space. On a crisp morning on Oak Island, the air was thick with anticipation. The Curse of Oak Island team gathered on Lot 5, a piece of land that had long been shrouded in mystery and folklore. Over the years, this enigmatic island off the coast of Nova Scotia had become the epicenter of one of the world's longest-running treasure hunts. Legends of hidden treasure, booby traps, and lost artifacts have lured countless treasure hunters to its shores. Today, the team hoped to add a new chapter to this storied history. The metal detector beeped urgently, its shrill cry cutting through the morning air. Everyone's eyes were fixed on the spot where Gary Drayton, the team's metal detecting expert, was kneeling. His face, usually a mask of determination, now glowed with excitement. He dug carefully, inch by inch, until a glint of metal caught his eye. The object he pulled from the earth was small, round, and unmistakably old. "It's a coin!" Gary exclaimed, holding it up for all to see. The team gathered around, their curiosity piqued. The coin was worn and weathered, its inscriptions barely visible. But there was no mistaking its significance. This was not just any coin. It was a link to the island's mysterious past. Rick and Marty Lagina, the brothers who had dedicated their lives to unraveling the mysteries of Oak Island, examined the coin with a mix of awe and skepticism. Could this be a piece of the elusive treasure they had been seeking for so long? They decided to send the coin for analysis, hoping it would provide clues to its origin and perhaps even hint at what else lay buried on the island. While the coin was being analyzed, the team turned their attention to the Money Pit, another legendary site on Oak Island. The Money Pit was a deep shaft that had confounded treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. According to legend, it was filled with riches beyond imagination, but it was also riddled with ingenious traps designed to thwart anyone who dared to seek its treasures. Recent scans of the Money Pit had revealed a massive cavity deep underground. The team believed this cavity could be the key to unlocking the secrets of the Money Pit once and for all. They gathered their drilling equipment and prepared to delve into the depths. As the drill bit into the earth, the tension was palpable. Every sound, every vibration was monitored closely. The drill descended deeper and deeper, until it suddenly broke through into an open space. The team knew they had reached the cavity. They quickly inserted a camera into the hole, eager to see what lay within. The images transmitted back to the surface were both mesmerizing and baffling. The cavity was enormous, much larger than they had anticipated. Its walls were lined with what appeared to be wooden beams, suggesting that it had been constructed with great care and precision. The floor was littered with debris, but among the rubble, something shiny caught their attention. It was another coin, similar to the one they had found on Lot 5, but this one was in much better condition. The inscriptions were clear, and the coin's design was intricate and detailed. This was no ordinary coin. It was a piece of history, a tangible link to the island's past. As they retrieved the coin and continued to explore the cavity, the team made another astonishing discovery. There were tunnels branching off from the main cavity, each one leading in a different direction. It was clear that the Money Pit was part of a much larger, more complex system of tunnels and chambers. The realization was both thrilling and daunting. They were on the brink of a major breakthrough, but they also knew that they were dealing with a structure that was as dangerous as it was mysterious. The team decided to follow one of the tunnels, hoping it would lead them to more clues about the island's hidden treasures. The tunnel was narrow and dark, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth. They moved cautiously, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the walls. After what felt like an eternity, the tunnel opened into another chamber. This one was smaller than the cavity they had found earlier, but it was filled with artifacts. There were old tools, pieces of pottery, and more coins. Each item told a story, offering glimpses into the lives of those who had come to the island before them. But amid the relics, one object stood out. It was a small, ornate chest, its lid slightly ajar. The team gathered around, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Rick carefully opened the chest, revealing its contents. Inside were several parchment scrolls, their surfaces covered in strange symbols and markings. The writing was unlike anything they had seen before, a cryptic script that seemed to hold the key to the island's deepest secrets. They knew they would need experts to decipher the text, but even without understanding the words, they could sense the importance of their discovery.